Hi, and welcome to Lady Cat basketball. Tonight, the Lady Cats take on the Bryant Lady Hornets, a team that's struggling a little bit, and we'll talk about them in just a moment. But, Coach, your team still playing some really good basketball. We've got this game tonight and then the makeup game next week against Northside. I know everybody's excited about that, but you still have to take them one game at a time. We learned that last year down in Saline County.
Yeah, Bryant is well coached. Coach Matthews does a great job, and they've had some injuries, but the way he plays, he always throws some junk style defense at you and makes you think. So for us, obviously we want to win this game. It's important, but I think every night we got to come out and improve. So whatever we can improve on tonight, we've talked about getting into transition a little bit better. And honestly, we haven't really had a game where we've played 4 quarters well. Against Central at home, we really had 3 good quarters. And so, if we're trying to peak at the right time, here in a couple weeks it's coming. So, again, our goal is to be the best we can by the end of February. So every night we got to get better.
All right, we'll tip this one up in just a second.
Okay.
It's coming up. Bryant and Conway soon on Conway Corp Channel 5. The Courtside Cats with our national anthem tonight. Good evening. It's Jeff Matthews along with Levi Gilbert and our entire Channel 5 sports crew as we are here tonight for Lady Cat and Wampus Cat basketball. Conway taking on Bryant tonight. The Lady Hornets come in 7-9 and they are 2-3. They've actually already had 1 win today. They picked up a victory because Cabot had to forfeit 3 wins from earlier in the year, and so their record went from 1-4 to 2-3 earlier today. They are coached by Brad Matthews, and their starters are number 1, Tierra Trotter, number 5, Kalia Walker, number 11, India Atkins, number 15, Selena Martin, and number 34, Ivory Russ. Again, the Lady Hornets come in 7-9 and 2-3. Their last game was against North Little Rock, and they got drilled by the Lady Charging Wildcats, 65-24.
Wow.
24 points put up for Bryant on Tuesday, but they love to play Conway as much as Conway loves to play Bryant, so we're in for a treat tonight. All right, let's meet the starting lineup now for your Conway Lady Cats. 18-1 overall, 5-0 in the 7A Central Conference, ranked number 1 in the state. There's Reagan Rotzel, 5'8 junior, averaging 9.2 points a game. Alyssa Netherlane, 5'6 senior guard, averaging 5.1 points per game. Maya Yelder up next, a 5'8 junior, averaging 14.7 points a game. She is the second leading scorer on this team. Behind that young lady, Asia Smith, who's averaging 15.5 points a game as a 5'7 junior. And then the second senior on the team, and the second senior in the starting lineup is Cardrina Nolan. The 6-foot senior center is averaging almost 9 points a game and 7 rebounds a game for Coach Ashley Nance. Coach Ashley Nance, Coach Jeff Gifford, got a good thing going. They have for a while. I was doing some research today, Levi, and I found this, which I thought was astonishing. She's in her 5th season. She's in her 5th season as a coach for Conway High School.
Only 5? Wow.
Their record in the 5 years, if I've read that right, I think Janet Taylor was here in 12 and 13, so starting in 13, they're 120-24. You go back over the years, and it's...
Heck, most of those losses probably came in that first year.
Well, she went 27-5, 23-7, 29-2, 23-9, and now 18-1 this year. So just a remarkable run of success that Coach Nance and these Lady Cats have had since her arrival a few years back. And this team-wise, might be the best of the bunch. They go 7 deep, and they are really, really talented.
I think they're certainly the most balanced that they've had in a while.
I was talking to a fellow broadcaster about Maya Yelder and Asia Smith, and I'll share with you the correlation I made to some former Wampus Cats just a little while. Alyssa Netherlane starts things off, knocking down the three-pointer, and it's 3-0 in favor of the Lady Cats.
She's picking up right where she left off last Friday.
Yes, she had a great game last week against Central. Three-point attempt is no good. Rebound. It's Maya Yelder that comes out of there with it off the miss from Trotter.
Oh.
Asia got hung up in that land between pass and dribble and pass, and it's a turnover. Bryant has the basketball back.
She got excited. She had so many options. She couldn't pick her favorite and got caught up in the middle.
And the one option that didn't work in our favor was the one that happened. Bryant again, 7 and 9 overall. They were 6 and 10 again before earlier today. Picked up that win via the forfeit. Maya Yelder with the unselfish move and hands it off to Alyssa Netherlane. She's got 5 tonight.
Yeah, I love that pass there from Yelder. Like you said, unselfish and greatly timed, and good finish by Netherland. This Lady Cat defense coming out hot here in the first quarter.
And a travel. And that's exactly what the Lady Cat defense does. It doesn't always get the hand in the way and knock a ball loose. It doesn't always pick up a steal, but it gets in your head enough that you end up doing things like that.
Yeah, it's that relentless pressure that forces you into those mental mistakes sometimes.
You lose your focus for a moment and you turn the ball over. 6.5 to play. Long three-pointer by Alyssa Netherlane. That one's no good. And the rebound to Walker. That's Trotter. Step inside the three-point line. Maya Yelder with a high kick. Three-pointer, that's no good. Rebound fought for. Bryant comes away with it. The follow is good, and the first points of the night belong to Ivory Russ for the Lady Hornets. Lady Cats, perfect 5-0 in conference play. They've got tonight, and then next week they'll begin the process of playing everybody a second time. They won't play Northside, though, until the end of next week, but then we'll have played everybody once they hit that Tuesday night game.
We're about to hit our crazy month.
Yes, February's going to be fun. Yeah, if you like these Lady Cats and Wampus Cats, we got you covered. Three-pointer knocked down by Reagan Rotzel, and a timeout called by Coach Brad Matthews. 30 seconds, and we are back on Conway Corp Channel 5. The Lady Cats out to an 8-2 lead. If you look at these two teams through the conference season, both teams playing 5 of the conference games so far. Conway is scoring 68 points a game. Bryant is averaging 37 points a game. Conway scoring 31 more points per game in the conference season so far against their opponent tonight.
Well, and not just against their opponent. You look at the season averages, they are averaging 30 points more a game than all of their opponents combined.
Wow.
It's insane.
Smith for 3. Alyssa Netherlane knocks it loose to Maya Yelder. Good hustle by Netherlane. Smith open, decides against the shot. Instead, dribbles in, jump ball. It's going to go the other way. I was talking to Zach Arns, who is from Springdale. We've gotten to know Zach through the work that he does. He also does some work with Bo Mattingly on Sport and Story, which is a 52-week, it's called Spirit 52. It's 52 high school sports stories. They've done some really great stuff. And they've got a story coming up about a couple of Conway girls.
All right.
And I was talking to him about them, and he asked me, just some thoughts. And I said, we've had a lot of great individual players. But Asia Smith and Maya Yelder remind me of the girls' version of Preston Purefoy and
like
Kenyon McNeil.
Like where you're going.
They were the same class, so they grew up playing together, had 3 years together in high school, both ended up playing Division I basketball. That's how I look at those two. It's like you can't see one without the other, and that's how it was with Preston and Kenyon too.
I like that comparison. You're digging deep.
I had to go deep for that.
That was my, first season with
Oh,
Conway
was it?
Corp back in the day.
All
Yeah,
right.
it was a championship season.
And I mean, we've gone so far back that I forgot how to say his name. It's Keon. Of course, it's spelled Kenyon, Kenyon, but it's Keon McNeil. That's Asia Smith. And it's 10-2 Lady Cats. That group, those two, won a state title for the Wampus Cats. It'd be great to see these two win one or two.
Well, it's just become the standard, right, for Lady Cat basketball.
I mean, 120 wins in not even five full seasons.
And it's funny how I felt like 5 seasons seemed too short. It just seems like she's been here so long.
Yeah. Rotzel fouled.
And I mean that in the best way possible.
Oh, no, and I kind of had to question it, too, when you said it, because I thought, well, wait, no, I think Coach Taylor was here just that recently. Atkins whistled for the foul.
I've told the story before that, you know, when she did first come to Conway, of course, came from Conway Christian, where she had just won a state championship. And the word on the street then when she came in was, you know, they might struggle a little bit this year and the next year, but they've got some freshmen coming up. And, of course, we all know who those freshmen were. Yeah.
Kaya Chapman has checked in, and so has Ebony Kyle, the 5'7" sophomore guard. Coach had told us that we might see a little bit more of her and making this an 8-player rotation. We'll see if we see Jada Pickens anytime soon.
We talked about the margin disparity between Conway and Bryant, and then Conway and all of their opponents this year. And, of course, Conway's coming off of a game where they had a wide margin. But I think they learned a valuable lesson a week ago against Central when they had a wide margin and then didn't close it out in the fourth quarter. And you heard Coach Nance talk about it in the pregame that they haven't played a full 4 quarters in one game yet. And so hopefully we can see that come to fruition tonight.
Something that you always see, especially on the collegiate level with the way that the game is broke down. There's segments. There in the men's game, there are 4-minute segments before there are media timeouts. So under the 16, 12, 8, and 4. In the ladies' game, since they switched to quarters, it's under the 5-minute mark. So you've got these little segments, and you hear coaches all the time on the collegiate level talk about win these 4 minutes, win these 4 minutes. And that's something that you might want to watch for with the Lady Cats tonight. They want to play 4 good quarters, 4 complete quarters. So let's win each quarter, and if you want to break that down even more, let's win each 4-minute segment. So far, so good. They won the first 4-minute segment 12-2. A little sloppy there, but got the ball back without any points being scored by Bryant. Smith. Yelder. Back to Asia. Spots up 3. Front of the rim, no good. Kaya Chapman. Love Kaya Chapman's game. She's got 2. She's averaging 4.6 points and 4.8 rebounds in her time with these Lady Cats. She is a great presence.
It was a big mismatch for Selena Martin on the other end coming down trying to get the rebound. She didn't even have to jump. She just moved her arms and put it back.
Block. Reagan Rotzel going to call a foul on Reagan.
Conway averaging 3.6 blocks a game. And, you know, there's not a lot of great height on this team. They're pretty well distributed, but they're just so fast with their hands. That's how a lot of them get those blocks.
Alyssa Netherlang checks back in. I heard an interview this morning with Jimmy Dykes, basketball analyst now, former coach of the Razorbacks women's basketball team and been an assistant men's coach at Kentucky and a few other places. Heard an interview with him this morning. I thought he said something interesting. He talked about how what you want to do is you want to disrupt with your feet on defense, not with your hands as much because that's where fouls are called. But when you disrupt with your feet and how you're moving and how you get into space, that's when you really can affect some things defensively. And I thought that was really interesting to be put that way because as quick as they are with their hands, they really are that quick with their feet. They know where to be, and the feet lead that, and the hands just instinctively go wherever the ball is.
It's all about getting that leverage, too. You can't get leverage if you don't have a good, firm foundation with those feet.
Netherland gets the miss, out to Asia Smith.
Good pull up there.
Rotzel. Yelder thought about the 3. They're going to call walking. They're calling a lot of that this year. That quick extra step, trying to put the ball down, but not before the official sees an extra step. So 2:10 to go, first quarter. 14-3. Lady Cats are on top. Going for the steal again, can't get it. Trotter, one-handed pass over to Martin. She'll get her own rebound. Second time it won't go, and Asia Smith will come out of there with it. going to have to get some help. Instead, she is fouled. It'll be the third team foul against the Lady Hornets. Cardrina Nolan checks in. And Kaija Chapman will come out after a few good minutes on the court. Good look inside. Got to finish. Second time is good. And another timeout called, and we will take it with the teams on the court. Big lead for the Lady Cats, 16-3. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5. Point lead for the Lady Cats. 16-3 over Bryant, and Lady Hornets have used a couple of timeouts in the first 6.5 minutes of the game so far, trying to find something to go their way. Playing the number 1 team in the state on their home court.
I was talking to a colleague this week, and they were like, "Are the ladies any good?" And I said, "Well, they're only the number 1 team in the state."
Yeah.
So.
No, I actually had the same conversation with a coworker today. He was like, "How's it going to go? Or how are the teams?" And I said, "The teams are great. The boys are scrappy. They've got some really good talent. They're coming together. It's fun. They're kind of getting to that point you can see they're going to peak." And I said, "When the girls have lost 1 game, they're the top-ranked team in the state." In the state? Yeah, in the state.
Well, and then you have to explain that one loss.
Right.
Came to an out-of-state opponent that was ranked, 20th in the country at the time.
To a team from California, Sierra Canyon. And that loss was in the Sandra Meadows tournament in Duncanville the week between Christmas and New Year. One of the most elite girls basketball tournaments in the country. Officiating is top-notch. Talent is top-notch. You get a real idea of what your team's going to be like. And Lady Cats went down there and went 4-1. Good ball movement. Maya Yelder for 3. Weak side rebound, out of bounds, and stay on this end. Knocked out by Kalia Walker.
Said earlier that this may be one of the more complete teams for the Lady Cats that we've seen in the last few years. And, the upside of that is you don't have to rely on any one player. The downside is when they get into a close game, who's going to be their go-to? We haven't really had to see that yet.
Right. Your 2 leading scorers are both averaging right at 15 points a game. I want to say at one point last year, or 2 years ago rather, Lex was close to 30.
Yeah, she was.
We've seen some unbelievable individual offensive performances. But this team does seem a lot steadier and more spread out. And that same coworker I was talking to talked about the kid from Fort Smith Northside that's going to be in a couple of weeks, Isaiah Joe, that's going to play for the Razorbacks. And I said, he's liable to get his 30 a night. And he said, how you beat teams that have a kid that gets 30 a night? You stop the other 4.
Right.
And that's exactly right. I mean, that's the thing with this Lady Cat team is there's no one person to stop.
Well, and that's what happened to these Lady Cats 2 years ago in that state championship game against North Little Rock. I mean, when your single highest performer isn't performing, you can get stuck in a rough spot.
We're through 1 quarter of play. Conway 16, Bryant 5. Let's take 60 seconds and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
My husband and I are clients of Mr. Jim Counts at Legacy Fencing. He presented us with several options in design, materials, and pricing, and we chose the option that was best for our budget and our project. Very rarely do quality, affordability, durability, service, and beauty come in one package, but that's just what we got at Legacy Fencing.
Legacy Fencing, it's fencing for a lifetime.
Prevent break-ins with Conway Corp Home Security. Arm windows and doors with sensors plus motion detectors throughout the house. All monitored 24/7. See inside and out with live video feed and control it all with your all-in-one touchscreen panel or from your mobile device. We make it easy to protect what matters. Security for you, powered by us.
We've played 8 minutes. Conway's on top 16-5, Levi.
Yeah, and balanced scoring. We've been talking about it here in the first quarter. Balanced team, balanced scoring.
Yep.
2 Lady Cats leading the way, both with 5 points, Reagan Rotzel and Alyssa Netherland. And then you got Asia Smith, Cardrina Nolan, and Kaja Chapman, each with 2. It's team 4 or 5 shooting from the field.
Yelder, the offensive rebound. Cardrina Nolan will clean it up.
Meanwhile, Bryant only shooting 13%. So
they're struggling.
That defense working for these Lady Cats.
Yes. It is relentless. 1-3-1 half-court zone that they play and have for years, and it has led to a lot of success for this team. 3-point attempt is no good by Selena Martin, and she'll go to the line. Foul's going to be on Reagan Rotzel, so 3 free throws upcoming.
I think I need to get on this Lady Cat training plan.
Right.
Because I would want to be able to play defense like that for 4 quarters. And could you imagine?
You'd be ripped.
I would be
You'd feel
in
so
such
good.
good shape.
Yeah, right?
I wouldn't lose my breath walking up the steps.
Goals, right?
Hashtag.
Hashtag breathing goals. Second of the 3 is missed. I expect the classy students to be in full throat the whole game.
You know it.
Last week they were silenced for a quarter. We need them
self-imposed.
Self-imposed, yes. But they need to be ready to go here in a little bit.
Their 1-quarter vow of silence.
It worked. It was a strange. I guess I talked to coworkers a lot today about basketball. Was saying last week how strange the environment was without the courtside Cats.
Yeah.
And how much they add to
home
game environment now. And then tack on that, you've got a student section that's 8-10 rows deep, and they got tape on their mouths. The whole thing was just kind of strange.
It was very unsettling.
Good hustle on the floor. Can't quite get it. Bryant's going to come away with it. That's Martin. 3-point attempt. Won't go. Rebound. Yelder fights for it. So does Selena Martin. And Asia Smith. Check that. Cardrina Nolan comes out of there with it. Yelder, deep 3. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound tipped out by Netherlane to Asia Smith. Good look inside to Nolan. Cardrina double team. Somebody's open. That somebody is Alyssa Netherlane. 6.5 to play in the first half. Great look inside and can't finish. Well, that was a great pass.
They've been doing more of that tonight here in the first half, getting that ball inside to their bigs. I like to see that.
Ball thrown out of bounds. Going to be Conway basketball. Kaja Chapman checks back in. We did not ask Coach about the health of any of the Lady Cats, but conspicuous by her absence so far is Jada Pickens. Not sure why we haven't seen Jada yet. Saw Ebony Kyle as the 7th Lady Cat on the court tonight. Rotzel for 3. Got it. Reagan Rotzel rattles it home. She continues what is a most impressive season of 3-point shooting. She has 55 makes, 20 more than the closest Lady Cat. Robin Gordon with the miss. Asia Smith. Yelder for 3. Out to Rotzel. Long rebound. She finds Alyssa Netherlane. Back of the rim, no good. Good hustle by Yelder.
Rotzel shooting 35%, a little better than the team average of 30% from the 3-point line.
Loose ball. Gordon over to Taylor. Alexis Taylor knocks down the 3-pointer. It's 21-9. And I think Bryant's coach called a timeout following the make, so we'll take it with them. 30 seconds, and we are back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Steve's Auto Center is Central Arkansas's most reliable auto repair and recovery company. Our state-of-the-art facility in Conway is your one-stop shop for everything automotive. With over 80 years combined experience, our certified technicians are known for expert workmanship and attention to every detail. We also provide the area's very best towing and recovery services. We take great pride in our work, and your satisfaction is 100% guaranteed.
Come to Steve's Auto Center for all your automotive needs.
Coach Ashley Nance. Oh, we need to update something.
Yeah.
Let them know.
We did get an update. She has had caffeine this week. So.
And she made a point to tell us she's had a lot today.
Yeah, a lot of
caffeine today. She was on a fast last week, and that fast for her included no Cokes, no Diet Cokes or anything, no coffee, caffeine. And so we good visit with her prior to the game. We appreciate both she and Coach Longing making time for us prior to these games, and just a real quick interview with them.
And they're both great interviews.
Yes.
Love it.
Been a fun year so far, and we mentioned it briefly earlier, but it's worth mentioning again. We're really about to get into the heart of our season, covering the Wampus Cats and Lady Cats as we enter February, as we will have 3 road games on Friday nights. We'll have the home games that happen on Tuesday nights. We got a lot of basketball still to bring you, and then, of course, the state tournament down in North Little Rock, and then hopefully we'll have a game or two to do in Hot Springs the following weekend, second weekend in March.
Oh, boy. I'm getting ready. I had of course, I don't work full-time for Conway Corp.
That's right.
I'm sure people have figured that out. But my primary job this week, they were like, hey, we're going to go to this conference March 2nd and 3rd. You need to go book your hotel and –
Woo, Reagan Russell! Send it to the corridor out there. Nice.
So go book your hotel and all this stuff. And I'm like, listen, you're going to have to talk to our director and see how much trouble I'm going to be in, because I'm not going. Like, it's just not going to happen.
That simple. Take good notes.
That is, the state tournament.
That's right. That's the state tournament in North Little Rock over those few days. Turnover.
And I was looking ahead a little bit because they already got the brackets out.
Yes.
And so the Lady Cats most likely won't play until either Thursday or Friday, because they're going to have a first-round bye. If things keep going the way they've been going, they'll either be the 1 or 2 seed and have a bye. So they won't play till either Thursday or Friday night. I think the tournament starts on Wednesday.
Asia Smith with 3. It's 24-9. I'm not sure where the guys are going to fall. The 7A Central boys is a whole different story.
Yeah.
That's going to take a while
but
they've still got a great chance of being 1 or 2, though.
Absolutely. I mean, they're 4-1 in conference, and that one loss, could have easily been a win for them.
Yes. It's going to be a tough challenge tonight for them. Bryant's a good, scrappy team. They have got a freshman that starts at guard that we'll tell you more about as we get into that game in just a little while. In the ladies' game, it's 24-9. Conway leading. Ebony Kyle and Cardrina Nolan check in as Rotzel and Chapman have a seat. Just past the halfway mark of this second quarter. So you talk about winning those 4-minute segments of quarters. This is, now 3 in a row that the Lady Cats have won tonight. See if they can keep that up and have a good, strong finish to the halftime locker room. Good pass inside to Cardrina Nolan. It is tipped. She pulls it back out. Good decision. They call a foul on the pick.
Yeah, a little bit too much movement. I mean, they're being a little picky, if I must say.
Please do. Please say that.
But there was definitely some motion there.
So turnover gives the ball back to the Lady Hornets. I mentioned a moment ago that Coach Matthews took a timeout after they made a 3-pointer. They're down to 2 timeouts remaining for the entire game. So they are using them up. Skip pass is stolen by Nolan.
Still have yet to break double digits here in the first half.
Yelder. Maya. She gets the basket to go, but going to call a charge on her.
Yeah, I think that was a case of a little bit too much lowering that shoulder as she went into the lane.
That is her first. That is the 7th team foul. So that was a player control foul, so no free throws upcoming here, but fouls beyond this one There will be free throws for Bryant. 24-9. Lady Cats are on top. Underneath, going to be a foul and a couple of free throws upcoming for Ivory Russ.
A little bit of a late whistle there. Yeah, I mean, if you're Conway, you're going to have to be careful these last 3 minutes because these stoppages and letting the Lady Hornets get to the line might give them some momentum, let them get back in this a little bit.
The offensive output for the Lady Hornets this year in conference games, 39, 43, 37, 43, and 24. So they've got into the 40s once. Otherwise, everything has been in the 30s and 20s. So this is not a great offensive team, but one that obviously you want to finish off and take advantage of opportunities like this with free throws upcoming.
I love that play by Asia Smith, too. After, Conway commits a foul, puts Bryant on the line, it just gets straight into the interior, force a foul here, and get her on the line. I like that smart play by the junior. I want to call her a senior all the time.
I know, right?
But I'm so glad she's just a junior.
That was one of the things that I was reminded of when I was talking to Zach Arns from Sport and Story. Is I said, we got another year and the rest of this year with them. They're just juniors. 25-9. There are only 2 seniors on this Lady Cat team. Alyssa Netherlane and Cardrina Nolan. Everybody else, juniors and younger. Smith, 2 tries at it. The second one doesn't go, but she draws a foul.
Smith finding ways to be aggressive here as we wind down the second half. I love her awareness coming down the court there. You saw her on camera looking behind her because she knew those Lady Hornets were coming. Very smart player.
Both are good. It's 27-9. That's Trotter to Walker. Long pass underneath. Open three-pointer for Trotter. It's no good. Rebound. Bryant comes away with it. Blocked. And a foul will be called. 2 free throws upcoming for the sophomore, Ivory Russ. 2:14 to go. We are finishing up the second quarter. Lady Cats on top comfortably, 27-9. And into the game for the Lady Cats, Maya Yelder, Reagan Rotzel, Kaja Chapman, and for the first time tonight, Tamia Wiseman.
Nice to see some new faces tonight. I like it.
Well, and the built-in off night into the 7A Central schedule would have been next Friday.
Yeah,
we're not going to have that. Yeah, so it is going to be a grind here for the next 6 weeks. Not a good play there as the turnover results in an easy basket for Russ, and it's 27-11.
Yeah, Chapman not looking for that outlet pass going down, which I don't really blame her there.
Yeah. It's going to be the 10th team foul on Conway. Only 5 called against the Lady Hornets. But again, player control fouls, so free throws will not happen here. But Conway loses the basketball in less than 2 minutes to go. Conway kind of limping to the finish line. A 15-foot jump shot by Selena Martin is not good. Bryant keeps it. Travel. So turnover. Lady Cats get the ball back, and they need something good to happen here. 27-11, they lead comfortably, but kind of got a bad taste in their mouth offensively here the last few possessions.
I'll tell you what, though, after that Central game a week ago, those leads don't feel as comfortable as they did.
Reagan Rotzel, shot is no good. Speaking of last week against Central, last thing that Coach Longing said to us as we were leaving was, sorry you had to sit through that first half. Asia Smith, flat-footed, can't get it to go. That was an odd-looking possession there. Knocked away. Wiseman, good hands.
That's funny you say that because, I felt a little bit bad about some of the things I may have said about that first half. But you know what? I mean, they earned it because it was bad. And, hey, to their credit, they came back and played great in the second half.
Three-pointer that goes for Kalia Walker. So 2 3-pointers here late in the quarter, and it's taken what was close to being a 20-point lead down to 13 right now.
This is what Coach Nance was talking about. Haven't had a full
That's right.
complete 4 quarters yet, and this second quarter stymied the Lady Cats a little bit.
Half a minute to go. Foul, and it's going to be the 6th team foul, so no free throws for Maya Yelder. Lady Cats will be in the bonus the rest of the quarter, though, for the final 22 seconds of it. Reagan Rotzel. That's Asia Smith. Good look inside to Kaija Chapman. Boy, it's a nice move by Chapman off the block. 29-14.
What a strong move.
Knocked away. Yelder got a hand on it. Instead, Bryant keeps it. Long three-pointer that's off the back of the rim, and no good. So Conway takes the lead into the halftime locker room, 29-14. We'll have the first half stats and get ready for the third quarter coming up on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Hi, I'm Dr. Greg Kendrick with Conway Regional Health System. Conway Regional has been an important part of this community since 1938, providing excellent care with skill and compassion. But we're not just a hospital. Let me tell you about some of our fantastic facilities and services. Located off of College Avenue, just a few blocks down from the medical center, Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is equipped to handle a wide variety of problems for patients of all ages. If you need urgent care, and it's after work or on the weekend, the Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is open 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Conway Regional After Hours Clinic, your best option for after-hours care. Located on Robinson Avenue next to Laurel Park, the Conway Regional Rehabilitation Hospital is one of only 4 licensed inpatient rehab hospitals in the entire state. Patients are cared for by specially trained staff under the direction of an on-site physician who specializes in rehabilitation medicine. Conway Regional Rehab Hospital, your choice for comprehensive care to bring you one step closer to home. With 4 locations in Conway and Greenbrier, some with extended clinic hours, our dedicated team provides therapy services, including physical, speech, and occupational therapy, aquatic therapy, cardiac rehabilitation, sports outreach, and pelvic floor rehabilitation. At Conway Regional, we are committed to providing all of our patients the highest quality of care.
There was my arm on television because we're back. And I needed this monitor that's in front of me to be a little bit higher. Okay, so that's behind the scenes. Here's what's happening. 29-14 is our score, Levi. And the Lady Cats, they let Bryant kind of get back into it there in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Helped with a couple of three-pointers, but it's still a 15-point game, but it feels like it should be more than that right now.
Yeah, Lady Cats hit a little bit of lull right there in those middle minutes of the second quarter. No Lady Cats in double figures yet, but you do have 2 with 8 points each, Reagan Rotzel and Asia Smith coming on in that second quarter, getting some big points. And then Alyssa Netherland with 5, Cordrina Nolan and Kaja Chapman each with 4. The Lady Cats shooting 37% overall, 54% from 2-pointers, and 25% from 3-pointers. So a little bit below their average tonight. They're 4 of 16. But 5 of 6 from free throws, which is really good for them because they're about a 65% free throw shooting team.
Asia Smith is the first Lady Cat in double figures as she scores and has 10 points now. And it's 31-14.
And she also has 5 rebounds, so she might be on her way to a double-double tonight.
Got a steal for Cordrina Nolan. Cordrina all the way to the glass with the left hand and in. 4 quick points for the Lady Cats.
It's always nice when your forwards can finish at the rim like that.
Right. Knocked loose and stolen away. Maya Yelder out in front. 6 quick points and a timeout. 54 seconds into the third quarter, and the Lady Cats have extended the lead to 35-14. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
At U.S. Truck Accessories, we've got everything you need to accessorize your ride. We carry a huge variety of truck accessories, including bed covers and camper shells painted to match your truck, starting at only $995. Plus, U.S. Truck Accessories is your trailer hitch headquarters. Whether you need a gooseneck hitch, fifth wheel, or receiver hitch, we've got you covered. We're also the area's newest Go-Light dealer. We offer quality products at competitive prices and installation on everything we sell. U.S. Truck Accessories, 1335 East Oak Street in Conway.
Lady Cats with a nice run to begin the third quarter. 54 seconds in, and Coach Nance's crew has put 6 more on the board, and it's a 19-point lead.
Yeah, I was talking to Stats a little bit at halftime about that sportsmanship rule. Of course, we were about halfway there.
Yeah.
At halftime. And I said, well, you never know. These Lady Cats, they go on a quick run. Of course, in the second half, as soon as you hit that 30-point mark is when that gets invoked.
That's right.
That's what they do, though. They score in waves. You'd like it to be a little bit more consistent, but sometimes they hit those lulls like we saw in that second quarter.
Got a little delay here because there is a timer on the scoreboard clock.
Oh, it just increased.
Yeah, something is happening with it. It's gone from 50 to 20 to 30. Then it got to 30, and they were going to let it run out. And now it's at 50 and running. So a lot of excitement with the scoreboard right now. There we go. Look at that. So down to 40. And the music's perfect.
Courtside Cats still in the show. Man.
So what we're doing now is watching
we're
that
waiting.
clock.
Okay.
60-30, don't. 60. No.
Oh,
that's
man.
us watching the Courtside Cats and the scoreboard.
Technology.
I believe I saw Coach Brian Rainey walk by, offensive coordinator for the Wampus Cats. Did you see him walk by?
I did not.
They, the Wampus Cats will have a few players who are going to sign their national letters of intent on February 7th. I know Thomas Cloyd this week announced via Twitter that he was going to go to Rhodes College over in Memphis. So he'll be there. Nate Turner's having some looks. I know Chris Patterson has had some looks, especially at Henderson. So we'll see where all those guys land coming up on February the 7th on that Wednesday. All right. There you are on television. There's Stats. That official, we could have left the camera on him because he has not moved. There he goes. He's moving.
You know, so many of us, we just don't take time to pause and collect ourselves.
It's fun to do it when the camera's on you. That's for sure. All right. Whatever needed to happen, happened, and now we're ready to play basketball again. 35-14, 7 minutes to go in quarter number 3.
The phantom scoreboard.
Yeah, it's weird. We don't need that. Going to have a smooth night tonight. High pass, loose ball. Going to go Conway's way. It was not touched by the Lady Cats. (35-14). Rotzel into Nolan. Back to Maya Yelder. Kicked out to Netherlane. Asia Smith, left-hand dribble. Ball hit back to her. Cardrina Nolan wanted the pass. It didn't make it to her. Three-pointer by Martin, no good. And the rebound. Netherlane in transition. Good catch by Cardrina Nolan. Not able to convert. Shot up and good by Ivory Russ.
Don't see the Lady Cats get beat in transition very often.
No. Netherlane open for three. Can't get the shot to fall, but a good defensive, or good offensive rebound rather, by Cardrina Nolan.
Wow.
Rotzel with the good idea, but the pass not crisp enough. Ball is blocked out of bounds. Bryant's going to keep it.
Lady Cats had such good passing in the first half. A little sad to see them getting a little sloppy here in the second half.
And
they're
a foul.
passing.
Yeah, it was a great start, then that timeout, and then the delay with
quick
the,
hook coming from Coach Nance.
5 new Lady Cats at the scorers table. They have definitely lost the edge that they were playing with.
This is what happens when I have caffeine, she says.
The quick hook.
Well, it was this Bryant team a year ago when we were on the road where the Lady Cats, they came in, I think, at the time. But they may not have been the #1 team in the state at the time, but they were,
highly ranked.
Yeah. Went to Bryant and just played so poorly in that first half and trailed for a lot of that game. It was kind of a strange sight to see, but can't play down to your competition.
That's right. Foul's going to be called on Kalia Walker. I've been calling her the wrong name. It's actually pronounced Kayla. K-A-L-I-A. It's Kayla Walker. Lydia York is in the game. She's running the point now. There's Tamia Wiseman, who we saw some of in the first half.
By the way, that JV game tonight was a great game.
I was doing an interview. Did we win?
They did. Yeah,
okay,
they ended up winning by 6, but it was
nice. Close.
They were up by 3 late and took care of the ball and ended up getting a few extra points right at the end.
Kaija Chapman is going to be at the free throw line. First one's good. Kaija, a 65% free throw shooter on the season. 20 out of 31 before that.
That's right at the Lady Cats' season average as a team.
She hits them both.
Shooting better tonight from the free throw line. Last check, they were around 85%.
Double team, but a pass in the corner. Going to call Ebony Kyle for the foul. She's checked in as well. Also in, T. Rector, number 21, is in the game.
And so now we're on Coach Nance watch. Now, how long does the lesson go?
Yeah. Leading by 20. In the lane, shot will not go. Going to call a block. Going to get Kaija Chapman for it. It'll be her second.
Whistles have been a little delayed tonight. Just half second later than you expect it to come.
Free throw's good. Selena Martin. This is a young Lady Hornet team. They start 4 sophomores and a junior. This is one of those sophomores, Selena Martin. Chapman battling, draws a foul.
Personal foul, the Lady Hornets, number 11, India Atkins. Her second.
Foul's called on Atkins. Pass inside from York to Chapman. Back out to T. Rector. Rector off the front of the rim, no good. Kyle, the offensive rebound, can't get it to fall. Chapman. Good, strong move. Boy, I love Kaija Chapman's block game. She is great down low. Great move. We've seen it on both ends of the court, both sides of the rim.
She's so good at posting up, and then she'll give the quick look one way, and then very quickly just reverses direction.
And then knows exactly where she is on the court in relation to the basket, and then has a soft shot. Kaija Chapman, name to remember. Kyle for 3. In and out, no good. Ebony Kyle's got a little Lonzo Ball in her shot. You see how that came off of her left ear? Long three-point attempt by Walker. Shooter's roll there. Hits off the front of the rim, soft off the glass and through. Rector can't get it to go. Here come the Lady Hornets. Layup that won't fall. Second try at it by Russ is no good. Past the halfway mark of the third quarter. Chapman will go to the free throw line.
Second team, no problem. This Five's handling their own.
Without a doubt.
About to see the bench go even deeper.
Emily Cecil, number 44, going to see her for the first time.
She was out on the court in those final minutes of the JV game as well.
As two guys who wear glasses pretty much primarily.
I have an update on that situation.
What?
I got some new glasses.
Are those new?
Saturday, yes.
Oh, see, I don't notice stuff like that.
Well,
I just knew you wear glasses.
Well, listen, my other ones I'd had since 2013.
Okay.
When I put these on, it was like a whole new world was revealed to me.
It's nice out there, isn't it?
I was living life in a haze, a literal haze in front of my eyes.
You have really good-looking kids. That was probably fun for you to discover, like how really handsome your children are.
I was like, wow, you really look like your mother. Beautiful.
Well, I like them. I like the glasses.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I do too. I'm excited because, I mean, I can really see now.
Well,
we always make jokes about
that we can't see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can't. So
For the most part.
anything helps.
Yeah. Well, now that she's off the court, didn't get a chance. Emily Cecil wears glasses while she plays, so that's why she is someone very special.
I respect that.
To us, yes.
I played with glasses too.
39-21. It's going to be Bryant basketball. Tip, loose, out of bounds, going to go the other way. Off of the Lady Hornets, so Conway basketball.
So it was about a, 3-minute lesson?
About that, yeah.
In clock time.
Right. A little longer in real time, but yeah. I believe they got their attention.
She used to do that so much more. But the last few years, she hasn't really had a deep enough bench to do that. And, of course, it always helps when you're up by 20 that you can go to that move.
Asia Smith gets the Lady Cats to 40 points. And to 41. Extend the lead back out to 20.
It's a classic coaching move, too. I'm sure she saw her father do that all the time.
Yeah, many times. That number still just boggles the mind. 2,000 wins as a high school basketball coach for John Hutchcraft, the dad of Ashley Nance.
And I got to interview him a few times last year, after he got his 10th ring.
Uh-huh.
And you just feel like you're literally talking to a basketball legend, an Arkansas basketball legend. And I know he's going to be hanging it up this year, so it's a sad time, but yeah, just so much legacy there. And now you see it playing out with Nance as well.
And you do. You absolutely do. It's we have said it before. We are lucky to have her running our program, and she learned from one of the best in the state's ever seen. 41-21, 20-point lead, which is why we're talking about John Hutchcraft. I mean, I know people probably tune in and go, what are they? How did they get on that? Well, the Lady Cats have done this to us a lot over the years.
It's only 2 degrees. There's just 1
That's
degree
true.
of separation.
No, that's a good point, yeah.
Not like we're way out in left field.
Which we have been. But I'll admit, yes, in that case, we were not that far out in left field. 41-23 is our score. Lady Cats on top. Reagan Rotzel. It's going to be off of her. India Atkins with a good defensive move. Looking ahead on the schedule for the Lady Cats. Of course, they've got that makeup at Northside. That will be Tuesday night.
It's going to be a rough travel week for them next week.
Yep, 2 back-to-back trips to Fort Smith as they'll go to Southside on Friday. Out of bounds. It's going to be Conway basketball.
It'll be a strange week for us, too. No game.
Because we have no games.
No game
That's right.
next week.
But then once we get to the following Tuesday, then we're going to have a lot of basketball to bring you. And again, this is really the heart of the schedule. We're excited about it, those 3 road games. If you can't make it to Cabot and Little Rock Central and Bryant, we're going to have those games for you live on Conway Corp Channel 5 and 585 and online, Wampus Cats to Go. Alyssa Netherlane, back of the rim, no good. The follow is good by Cardrina Nolan. Nolan now with 8. 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Passed way too high. 1:52 to play in the third quarter.
It's been an unusual night in the turnover department for Conway, as they've had 17 turnovers. Bryant just one ahead of them with 18. This is a team that only averages 13 turnovers a game, so.
Cardrina Nolan. Great left hand, good dish, and the basket. 45-23. See if the Lady Cats have a little run in them here to stretch this lead out to 30.
Another interesting stat I've been watching as the season's progressed is percentage of possessions that end in a turnover.
Okay.
So for the Lady Cats, it's 20%. So one time out of every 5 possessions ends in a turnover.
Okay.
The opponent's is 32%.
Wow.
So almost a third of the time against the Lady Cat defense, it ends in a turnover.
Unbelievable. Well, and that leads to so many shots, and it has for so many years. That's a great catch. Nolan can't get it to fall. Asia Smith with a bullet pass in there. Cardrina comes out with it. How about that toughness inside by Cardrina Nolan? Love it.
Yeah, you talk about that raw strength, but then those soft hands. I mean, it's a very powerful combination.
Rotzel will throw it in with 64 seconds to play in the third quarter. Another foul on this end. That's going to be the 7th, I believe. That is going to be 1-1. So the Lady Cats will shoot free throws for the rest of the game.
That's still the third quarter.
Yep.
Well, they've been shooting well from the free throw line tonight. We'll see if that continues, and that'll help pad the game even more for this Lady Cat offense.
And that's Maya Yelder's first point tonight.
Well, that's the benefit of not having to rely on any one person, is you can have someone have, you know, a little bit of an off night offensively, and it doesn't make too much of a difference. I love having those you know, offensive juggernaut players, but I'm more relaxed when we have a team that it's more like peanut butter, you know, it's just spread out a little bit.
Well, it's all about how relaxed you are. Let's keep
right.
you.
I mean, listen, football season, it's all about Levi's worries.
I know.
Or
Levi's
concerns. Yeah.
Gonna keep you all right. I just want you all right. Free throw missed. 47-23. Guys' game will follow. That ought to be a good one. Always is when Conway and Bryant play in anything. 47-24 following the made free throw. Asia Smith to Reagan Rotzel, to Alyssa Netherlane, to Maya Yelder.
I'll say, I mean, 23-point game, with the intensity here in the third quarter sure has picked up defensively for Bryant. And for the Lady Cats as well, after, you know, sitting on the bench for.
Yeah, they had a few minutes to think about it. Netherlane.
Wow.
3-point basket, Alyssa Netherlane. She's got 8.
I don't even think she'd really set her feet yet before that started coming out.
No, she has got a quick shot.
So quick.
Final few seconds of the third quarter. Knocked loose. Final shot. And it goes. Selena Martin makes the three-pointer. And that makes the score 50-27 as we go to the fourth quarter. 60 seconds and we are back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Your life is about to change forever, and Conway Regional will be with you every step of the way. We're committed to being the best. That's why our OBGYNs won't deliver anywhere else. Your newborn will benefit from our groundbreaking nursery alliance with Arkansas Children's Hospital. And as you adapt to the new world that's in front of you, know that everyone at Conway Regional is all on the same team. Yours. One team, one promise. Conway Regional.
Lady Cats up 50-27. If it wasn't for that three-pointer there at the end, well, then they'd be at 50-24. I guess. I'm not sure where I was going with that, so that's where I'm going to leave it. All right, what do the stats look like through three?
All right, Asia Smith leading the way with 12 points and 6 rebounds. Cardrina Nolan close behind, 10 and 7. And then Rotzel and Netherland both with 8 points. And Chapman as well with 8 points. So 3 Lady Cats getting close to double figures. Lady Cats shooting 24% from the three-point line. Netherland now in double figures with 10. So not shooting well from behind the three-point line, but overall shooting 40% tonight. So it's been a pretty good shooting night for the Lady Cats.
Three-pointer by Taylor. They have stayed as much in it as they are because of some made three-pointers.
And free throw shooting's been very good for Conway tonight. 78%, 79 if you round up, and on the season a 65% shooting team. So really good lift from them, and they're going to be at the line the rest of the night on any fouls. So
7:03 to go in the ball game. It's 52-32.
Classy students in disbelief, mouths agape.
What's their theme tonight?
It looks like
wearing white.
Yeah.
Am I missing something?
Maybe white out. I don't know.
Huh. Netherlane picks up the loose pass. And the layup. Alyssa's got a dozen points. 4 starters in double figures for the Lady Cats. 54-30. Yelder, her second steal of the fourth quarter. Reagan Rotzel for 3. Back of the rim. Lady Cats will finish up the first half of the conference season on Tuesday night, that game at Northside. And that's one I wish we were going to be
I know. I was thinking about saying it, but I was like,
I know, you can say it, because I'm saying that'll be a great game.
Yes.
That'll be a great game.
Yes, it will. An important game for both teams.
And we will have the return trip from them the night before Valentine's Day on February 13th when we host Northside. That'll be one to circle on your calendar, and if you haven't been out yet, come to that one. They feature Isaiah Joe on the guys' side, who's going to play for the Razorbacks next year. Their girls' team is one of the 2 or 3 best teams in the state, along with the team that wears your city's name across their chests, and it's that'll be a good one. That'll be a fun night.
You guys out there, if you're looking for a great Valentine's Day Eve activity,
wow,
you should probably do something else. But because I don't know, it's not. Well, for a lot of people, coming to a game is romantic.
Well, sure,
not for everybody. So,
and I mentioned Isaiah Joe for them and for the boys and their girls, and our girls playing the way that they are, and our boys, when we get to that point, could very easily be at a place where they're battling for a 1 or a 2 seed, which, as you mentioned earlier, is huge when we get to the state tournament, because that means buys, and buys mean wins, and that's what you got to get.
It's like the Patriots. They only have to win 2 games in the playoffs to get to the Super Bowl every year because they always have a bye.
It's a formula that's working.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Makes things easier when you cut the games you have to win by a third.
State tournament this year down in North Little Rock. Last time it was there, their building was new, and they called it Small Tell Arena. I don't remember it being back there since then. And when they first built that, Verizon Arena was then known as Alltel Arena, so they called their arena there Small Tell Arena.
Small Tell.
It's been a while. Conway's hosted, Cabot's hosted a couple times.
I'm certainly excited for it to be back in Central Arkansas so that we can get there and do those games, bring them to you live. Nothing more exciting than playoff basketball.
I agree. 56-30 following the made free throw, and 14 points now for Conway's leading scorer, Asia Smith. Deep three-point basket.
Wow. Almost made it.
Starter still out there for Coach Nance. I guess they got their break in the third quarter, so they're going to play a few more minutes here. Stay sharp before Tuesday. Cardrina Nolan draws the foul. Robin Gordon whistled for it.
Yeah, great position there for Nolan. As you know, when you have good position, there's one of two outcomes. Either they're going to have to concede the pass and let it get down to you, or they're going to overreach and end up with a foul, which with the situation as it is, only benefits Conway.
Free throw goes for Cardrina Nolan. Second one is pure, 58-32. Have we added a cowbell to the courtside cats? Is that what that is? Stats confirming that we indeed do have.
Listen, you know who's on SNL this weekend.
Oh, that's right. He is
Farrell,
hosting.
yeah. So, I wouldn't be surprised if you hear some cowbell jokes.
Absolutely.
Pop up somewhere.
Catch that on Conway Corp Channel 503 in HD, Channel 4 in Standard Def on NBC.
I have this thing at work where I go into the break room, and the people who get there early and turn the TV on, they must be like us, where they don't see things very well.
Right.
And so they just put it on the Standard Def channels, and I mean it's like a 80-inch TV in there.
Yeah.
And so I come in and I do God's work and I switch it to HD.
Well, we're a grateful nation. Thanks you. Steal. Oh, Maya Yeldrick's going to have a wide open layup as she tries to get to double figures. Well, the rest of her friends are in double figures. She's going to have to hustle, though. She's just got 2 at this point.
Well, she'll have a chance. Asia Smith here to put the Lady Cats up by 30 and speed this thing up.
Asia has reached her average for the season.
Look at that. Four Lady Cats in double figures tonight. 4 of your starting 5.
And that's a night with your second leading scorer just scoring 2.
Yeah, right.
And they're about to be at a point where the clock's going to run. So, yeah, the machine rolls on. Got it. All right, Lady Cats up 62-32. So Coach Nance is going to empty the bench here. T. Rector's coming in, Ebony Kyle. There's the bespeckled Emily Cecil. Good to see her back out there. And Lydia York, as well as Nia Somerville is checked in, number 25. Good work tonight by the Lady Cats. They're going to improve to 19-1 overall, 6-0 in conference play. They will hold on to their top ranking in the state. And they will get ready to be on the road at Fort Smith Northside on Tuesday night.
19-1. That's a number.
Yeah, no, that's pretty incredible. Three-pointer is good. Long pass. Good catch by T. Rector. And I've got to admit, that's a Lady Cat I don't have on my roster. Number 13. I don't know if we have another roster someplace, but the stats have
not
either?
in Max Preps either.
All
no.
right. Well,
I didn't get a program tonight.
Oh, that's right.
They weren't handing them out as I walked in.
Under 4 minutes to go. Clock will be running. Steal. T. Rector with the steal. Good job handling the ball all the way down the court and draws the foul. And T. Rector will go to the line, 5'4" sophomore. I'm going to make a note to myself. Who is number 13? We'll check with Coach after the game before our next game a week from Tuesday. And that game a week from Tuesday is against North Little Rock. So our next time to be on the air with you is going to be a big night.
And it's important, it's harder to get the crowd out in the midweek games.
Yep.
But we're going to need you in February on Tuesdays because you're going to have some big home games coming here. And we're going to be on the road bringing you the action when we're away. So, you do your part and you get to the gym on Tuesdays.
Lydia York doing her part and gets the basket to go, and she will go to the free throw line. 64-37. Lady Cats up big, going deeper on the bench now.
Just noticed one of the referees got a nice sleeve going on.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Tattoo action.
We could do our social media. Michaela Reed. The reason I say that is because our social media guy has got an impressive art on his arm. Coming up on the 2-minute mark in a game that's been decided for a while. Lady Cats led 16-5 after one quarter, 29-14 at halftime, 50-27 after three. She wanted 4 quarters. She wanted to see 4 consistent quarters. The second quarter was a little tight. Other than that, it's been a really good night. Michaela Reed, just off the bench, the 5'6" sophomore, drains it.
And if you look at the score, right at that point differential for the
right,
season,
again.
31 points.
Alexis Taylor's knocked down a few three-pointers here. Lydia York thought about the three-pointer. T. Rector. T all the way to the glass and in. Nice move by Tiana Rector. Lady Cats up 70-40. Loose ball. Somerville comes out of there with it. Michaela Reed wants 3 more. Offensive glass. York high off the glass. It won't go. Reed another try at it and gets it. Michaela Reed has got 5 off the bench. And almost a steal. I think my favorite part about games like this, when they do get to this stage, when some players get in that don't normally get to get in, the way that their teammates react to any sort of success that they have, whether it's a steal or a shot or anything. They're the ones who see them grind in practice every single day and just don't get as much time on the court.
Well, I love how hard they go, because it's like, hey, I'm going to take advantage of these 4 minutes, and I'm going to play as hard as I can. I'm going to put, how many minutes are there in the game? I can't do math.
32.
Yeah, 32 minutes. I'm going to put 32 minutes concentrated down into this 4-minute span.
Front of the rim, no good. Emily Cecil comes out of there with the board. Lydia York gets it to go. The 5'4" sophomore guard high off the glass and in. And those will be the final points of the night for the Lady Cats and the final points of the night. 74-40. Lady Cats get the convincing victory. They improve to 19-1 overall. They are 6-0 now in the 7A Central with a huge game next Tuesday night at Fort Smith Northside. Stats has been looking at all the numbers. He's sending those right now to Levi. There's Coach Nance and Coach Gifford shaking hands with and saying hello to the Bryant players and coaches. Look at some of the final numbers, Levi.
Yeah, Asia Smith leading the way tonight with 18 points and 7 rebounds. Cardrina Nolan 12 and 7. And then you got Alyssa Netherland 12 and 2. and then Chapman and Rotzel with 8. So great point distribution tonight. Great shooting night overall. Lady Cats shot 46% from the field and 72% from the free throw line. Good to see as we get later and deeper in the season, because come tournament time, there's going to be some close games still on the schedule. Those free throws are going to become more and more important for this team as we head to the end of the season.
74-40 is the final score. Lady Cats, again, their 19th win on the season. All right, we'll take a quick break, come back and have our interview with Coach Bryant. Salty longing prior to the boys' game, and then the tip of that game is coming up in just a few moments right here on Conway Corp Channel 5.
There's a lot to love about the natural state. We should know. Arkansas has been our home since 1932. Since then, First Security has added locations, services, and solutions. And we're still growing. Not outside of the state, but deeper in. We invest in our home, your home, communities, families, and Arkansas businesses. Like you, we're proud of our home state. And we're proud to be only in Arkansas. First Security, only in Arkansas.